All right, everybody. Thank you so much for calling in. This is such a treat and honor to have the people that are on the call tonight with us. My name is Lauren Sims. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a clinical nutritionist, personal trainer, and I've been with Isagenix for 2 years. I have a thriving team, and I am excited to introduce Jen and Adam, who are members of my team. They have a skyrocketing business in New Jersey. She's a retired teacher. Adam's a police officer, and they just have hearts of gold. They have one of the most powerful wives I've ever heard and seen of, and they have a skyrocketing business. She went executive in 5 weeks, and she's one of those people that just everybody she comes in contact with, she wants Isagenix in their life, both physically and financially, because it's totally transformed everything about them. Adam is a incredible athlete. You know, he's played sports, I think, his entire life. He's a total gym rat. His body's transformed, so he's an absolute believer. And together, these two are just going to blow up this area of New Jersey. It's like the smallest town I've been into ever, but they seem to think that it's $1 million bucket spots. Just kidding. And Aaron Hairston, who's one of my good friends, he is a former professional football player. He's also a prep coach. He's a personal trainer, and he has a thriving business in Connecticut. He's a part of Team Isagenix, which is the athletes. It takes a really, really prestigious recognition or qualifications to be a part of that. So not only is he a complete product of the product, but he's using the products with his clients, with his friends, with his families, and thinks that it's the gold standard of nutrition out there. His brother Trevor's on the phone, who's also a part of Team Isagenix. He's a bodybuilder, physique competitor. These two are incredible. These brothers have just partnered up. They have impacted thousands of lives and are just getting started. And then Joshua and Matt and Eric, who are on the phone. Josh is a friend of Adam and Jen's. He's actually really good friends with another gentleman in Isagenix as well. So he's kind of heard about it for a while, but it's never really been his timing. And Matt, Jen, you might have to fill me in a little bit there in a second who that is. And Eric is one of Adam's good friends. They went to high school together. Eric's been overseas in France for the last decade playing professional basketball and just moved back to New Jersey. He's kind of trying to just get his feet like wet, grounded of like what he wants to be doing back home. But Jen and Adam are really passionate not only about the products, but what this opportunity could do for him. So our hope, our vision is, Aaron, for you to definitely tell your story, you know, how this even came into your life and, you know, why your body is the way that it is right now, how you're using it with your clients, because I think a lot of people see Isagenix just as a weight loss formula, and it's so much more than that. And then absolutely what the opportunity has done for you and your beautiful family, as well as some of the other people on the East Coast that you're working with. Cool. Jen, will you quickly just tell us a little bit about Matt, and then I'm going to let Aaron take it over.
Matt is a friend of mine. We met through playing softball. He played baseball in college, and we see each other almost every day at the gym.
Awesome.
I know him.
And he's a CPA. So there.
Awesome. So Aaron, if you just unmute, I'm going to mute myself and let you chat for a while.
All right. Well, Lauren, thank you. As always, I follow you and everything you do. I still remember the time that you had me come out to Colorado and speak to your team during the snowstorm, which was pretty amazing, but we got it done, had a packed room, and had a lot of fun. So, yes, my name's Aaron Hairston. I've been with Isagenix since 2011. I was actually introduced to Isagenix from my brother, who's right there, the physique champion in 2015. And, you know, I'm just so excited to be able to share my story with you today. There's a lot I can share with you, but I'm going to just really share with you guys what really is important to me and why I got started. First of all, I was a computer engineer as well after I retired from playing football. And, you know, I just kind of gained a bunch of work weight. And I just wasn't as healthy as I was, but I enjoyed eating. I loved food. I loved, you know, the lifestyle of just good home cooking and, you know, eating whatever I wanted to eat. But I wasn't as active as I was in the past. And, you know, it kind of caught up with me. My brother, he actually, you know, was reached out to by a holistic sports medicine professional who has been in Isagenix for about 7 years now. And at the time, we were both very, like, just skeptical. Just kind of like, you know what, we're doing our own thing and, you know, we're all set. But Trevor had actually a back injury, which sidelined him from playing football. And he was basically getting epidural shots and cortisone shots every month just to kind of function. And he had, in 2011, an episode while shoveling snow after he had just got his cortisone shot of really throwing his back out. And, the doctor said he couldn't get any more cortisone shots, and that was it. So he called up that gentleman and said, hey, whatever you got, let me get it. If you're telling me nutrition is what I need to take care of my body, and right now I'm in dire straits, so please send it to me. So I watched my brother kind of, evolve into this being, and he's always been a scrawny guy. Sorry, Trevor, but he's a basketball guy. You know what I mean? He's just a little dude, and I was always a big-time football player. Always had a larger frame, but his body started transforming, and I'm watching him, and I knew how much discomfort he had, and being able to take his body from where it was to where it is today. Within the first 30 days of what he did then was amazing. So he basically reached out to me and said, hey, I want to do something with you. I want to have you try this program. And I was like, I saw it, like, I didn't really believe in it. So he basically sent me a package, and I put it under my bed. I didn't touch it. And, because I think it was a mindset thing. I was set in my ways. I'd watched it, but I was like, I wasn't really all in. So then I think it was 2011, that August, Trevor invites me to go out to Celebration. And he's like, hey, we're going to Phoenix. And I'm like, Phoenix? Really? In August? Are you crazy? And he's like, yeah, man, we're going to go out there. I want you to, see what we're part of. So we go out to Phoenix. I'm like, all right, well, I'll go. But I'm not getting caught up in this. And he's like, no, come on. It's like, all right, cool. So we show up to Celebration, and they actually had a workout that was kind of incorporating everybody. And Kathy Savage was one of the people that was running it. And Lori Harder was, she was on fire that year, and she was on the cover of Oxygen magazine. And, she was like the athlete of Isagenix that really, did more of the unthinkable, man. She won both model and fitness and figure. I mean, it was crazy, all the competitions. So anyways, we worked out, and I liked the environment. It was cool. And then, on the way back, we kind of got into talking, and, it was like, all right, maybe I'll take a look at it. But, for right now, I'm going back into my job, and I'm going to do that. So Kathy she has a facility in Boston, probably about 2 hours away from us. And at the time, both Trevor and I had a basketball team, also a minor league football team, and we were training athletes and helping them get to the next level. So there was a workout in Boston. So we went up there to Boston. We remembered on the way back that Kathy Savage Fitness actually had a facility on the way between Connecticut and Boston. So we stopped there, and we go in the office, and Kathy remembered us from the workout. She's like, what's going on, boys? And I was like, hey, what's going on? And she goes, let me see your abs. And I said, what? And she goes, let me see your abs. And I was like, oh, what is this? So I look at Trevor. Trevor's like, show your abs, dude. So we both pull our shirts up. And, I was nowhere where I am now. But she goes, you're doing a show. And I was like, excuse me? She goes, we're doing a show. I said, hold on. I don't think you understand. I'm a football player. I'm not going to go on stage naked and, and pose. That's not my deal. I put pads on. I go out there and bash heads. That's what I do. And she goes, well, you got 12 weeks to figure it out. And I'm like, damn, a challenge? Oh. So I'm not one to turn down a challenge. Trevor and I get in the car, and we're like, dude, what are we going to do? So then Trevor looks at it, he's like, yo, open your box. And I'm like, oh, here you go. So we're driving home. We're like, all right, cool. We're going to start this program. We're going to do it gun-ho. We're going to do this 12 weeks and see what happens. So during that process, I entered the IsaBody Challenge, which is kind of like a contest that everybody is available to do. It's free, that Isagenix provides. And I figured, it's an opportunity to win some money. I think $25,000 is the grand prize, plus, all kinds of travel and cool trips and things like that, plus free product. So I said, all right, well, I'm going to do this. I might as well do everything. So I did it. In the first 30 days, I ended up dropping like 11 pounds. Everything was in my abdomen section, which I was very excited about. And then towards the later half, maybe 6 weeks into the show, we really started hitting it hard, training. And my energy went through the roof. I felt better than I did actually than I did when I was playing pro football, and training, constantly, but I wasn't eating right. And both my brother and I, we felt amazing. We were influencing the whole gym. It was crazy, this whole movement. So I ended up stepping on stage in April of 2013 and won the show. Absolutely won the show. I beat out everybody. Yeah. So, I really then saw the vision of what this could do because, me being, 36 years old, I was like, you know what? This is not, this is not something I'm supposed to be able to do, without like some serious, I got children, I got family. I don't have time to just sit in the gym all day and food prep. I didn't have that. But because of this, this product and the system and the structure, it really made it easy for someone that really wants to take it serious to get the best out of their time. So from there, both Trevor and I, we just plugged in, and I became really the face of the energy and performance. And you'll see me on some of the sales stuff. You'll see me on the website, and I just really am so thankful that I took that chance, and I was challenged to take my body to the next level. So now I won't train somebody. I got my personal training certificates, and I really wanted to be able to teach people how to optimize their nutrition. And now I won't even touch a body unless it's on the program, because I know how difficult it can be the hours that they don't spend with me. And so if I can help them to really create a lifestyle that's going to not only benefit them from the long haul, but really get them the most results from my workouts and the things that they do with me, so that they don't come back run down, but actually come back to me fired up and excited. And we're building a pretty good business with it too, helping them financially. So we're excited, and it's been a learning experience, and every day is a brand new day, and we're having a lot of fun doing it.
Will you touch a little bit? That's awesome, by the way. I love it. And I can still picture Kathy asking to see your abs. For those of you on the call that have no idea who he's referencing, Kathy Savage is leading probably one of the biggest fitness competitor camps in the country. I mean, she has hundreds, thousands of girls competing in shows, bikini, physique, figure. She has men's physique now, right, Aaron?
Oh, yeah.
And then Lori Harder, who is another Isagenix athlete, but she is a figure competitor, bikini competitor, cover model. I mean, these are top athletes outside of Isagenix, but now have seen such results with Isagenix that they're using it with their clients as well, just to draw people in. But can you share a little bit too then what this has done for your family life, your freedom, the opportunity, the lives impacted, the income, the job you used to have, the fulfillment, any of that would get some of these guys inspired? Hearing it from someone that's not me and not Jen, I think that the guy's perspective would be really helpful.
Right on. So I missed a lot of time with my first child, and I didn't really realize what I missed until I had my second child, and I realized that I had to make a decision. And, Isagenix allows for time freedom, if you put in the time and the passion to do it, right? I mean, with anything else, you get out of it what you put in. But the cool thing about it is that it's time freedom that you're allowing yourself to have, and you're growing as an individual. So the cool thing about what I decided to do was that I decided to be present. I decided to be here with my family and build a legacy for them. And that is something that we all have to look at, especially if we're a parent, because who's going to do it for their kids? With us, right? I mean, we can't expect teachers, we can't expect, professors, we can't expect friends and family of others to influence our kids. We got to get that foundation. So I've been able to really be home, and I was influenced and really inspired by my brother. I mean, he's been home and a stay-at-home dad since the beginning of this thing, because he saw the vision. And at times I say, I wish I saw it too, because there's a lot of time and money I missed up front. But I think everybody gets to where they want to go, by the journey. And it's not something you can skip ahead and go forward. So I think it's exciting. There's my boy right there, Elijah. So I've been able to really be home. And, last September, I walked away from, the computer engineering. And I said, you know what? I decide to be home with my family. I decide to never miss a moment. And, I've been home every single day, basically, for my 1-year-old. And I tell you, the bond that I've been able to create with him has been amazing. The family has been amazing. And my future is just so bright because I can see it. And I'm able to really help not only my family's health, but other family members, other people with children, or just other ones that have loved ones that they care so much about that they can plug in to create that freedom. Because listen, job is just such a, just over broke analogy, and when you start understanding what that means, it's like you're just working to pay bills. You're not working for what it is that truly inspires you and that you wake up every morning to do. And this is something that I can get excited about because I'm changing lives. I'm here present with my family. And I know I'm creating a legacy for them long term that can be really, really beneficial for their future.
I love that. What do you think is the best advice for someone who's not doing this full time, who would do it part time, or when they're starting to build, that they are able to? I think we all know people are motivated by compensation, but what's the best way for them to start to do this in the pockets of their time if this isn't their full time focus?
Well, again, they got to look at what their goals are, what's important to them, where do they want to be in a few years, and if what they're doing right now is going to get them closer to that every single second that they do it. And this is something that if you can't do it for part time, you can't do it full time. You know what I mean? It's something that you got to understand how to do, and you got to learn. But the cool thing is that you have surroundings. You have people that care about your success. I mean, look at me and Lauren are not financially connected at all, but we encourage each other. We help each other because it's the movement. It's the movement of one team and really helping everyone to be the best them. And once you start doing that, and you start to put that in perspective, I think that it starts to grow on you really what you truly are inspired by and what you truly want to do with your life. So, it's a vehicle. It's not that, we are controlled by, this industry of network marketing. Is what we use this vehicle to get us where we want to go. And once we realize how far this vehicle can take us and how, comfortable it can be, we can go in there and really give it all.
I love that. I love that. I know that you talked about celebration, like the light going off for you. Even before we started the recording, we were laughing about if Adam goes to Texas and to get his brother there just to bring him into the lobby. But we all kind of talk about the importance of the events. But for people that have never been to an event, like what would be the top 3 reasons that you would say someone's got to get to an event, or the experience of like people in your team that have gone to an event over people that have not?
I mean, it's really the big picture, right? I mean, we're sitting there talking with people one-on-one or talking to them on the phone, and they see our Facebook posts and they see that. And it's just such a small scale compared to what it really is in regards to the movement. And, I always hashtag the movement because that's what it is. And when you show up, it's crazy. I shared a video with someone earlier of our lobby. And literally, it was wrapped around and outside for about an hour as people were flowing in. And the building was already packed. And, you want to talk about energy. I mean, everybody was happy. Everybody was seeing their future, and everybody believed in possibility. And when you start to surround yourself with that, your belief level goes up. And then you start to really think about, where's my contribution? What am I going to give to this world? What do I give to people's lives? And you start talking to people that are, that are really successful with this. And you start to see where you can, enhance your life and you can enhance other lives. And now all of a sudden, you have been part of, what it means to be a life transformer and someone who can bring a contribution to the world.
My gosh, I 100% agree. I think I'm going to, in a second, see if they have any specific questions for you. But a lot of people tell me, and I agree with you, like everybody's on a different place in their journey, right? And just like previously when Trevor got started, maybe it wasn't for you. And I think you know this, maybe you don't. I did my first 9-day like 4 years ago before I actually got started, like in 2008 or 2009. And then I did nothing with it. Like it wasn't ready. And in 2013, it was a whole different, ball game for me. But when we think about the Isagenix is in momentum, that we just entered momentum, and that we're probably only going to be here for 4 to 5 years, where 10 years from now, we will be a legacy company. People are going to order every month, but you're not going to have the same opportunity to go tell 100 new people like you can right now. I mean, I think that we all would agree, even in the couple years we've been doing it, how it's not that it's saturated, but more people are familiar with it. That it used to be no one had a clue what you were talking about. And now people are like, oh, I've done it. I've heard of it. Like they're getting familiar. And so a lot of times, like when I am trying to create the urgency with people and being like, here's the deal, the products work, the vision, like this is what your life can look like the opportunity is real. But when people are kind of like, I don't know, this and that, I'll look at it here. Like I'm so fearful that 2 years, 3 years from now, that the same opportunity is not going to be available. Like I've even had people join me now and they're like, so how many people are in your business now? And I'm like, doesn't matter. Let's just go, But what would your advice be of like, for people to just take that leap and like dive into it and not necessarily wait to know everything or wait to be perfect timing and just to like figure it out as you go?
I would just look at your life. I mean, a lot of people are just so stuck that, they're inside the box and they can't, get outside of that. I would just look at your life and kind of break it down and say, if I continue to do what I'm doing right now, will it get me where I want to go, as a person, right? As a human being. And you know what? If you trust and the person that's introducing this to you, just be open to take a look. I mean, that's really it is. I mean, we're educators. And the cool thing about this is that we don't do sales. Yes, there's products being sold, but really all we're doing is being the messenger, and we want to educate people. So I would say become educated, become more, more understanding of what the product does and how it does it. Because there's a lot of products out there, that do or claim to do a lot of things. But you know what? Do your homework. Don't just live off of hype. And the cool thing about what our company does is it provides the tools. So you don't have to know it all, but if you do want to know it all, then you can go out there and get it. And, that way you can share your excitement. And then put the products in your body. I mean, your story is going to tell tell 1,000 words more than what you can sell or show something, right? So, just put the products in your body. It does what it does. Start with your health first, and then, just really be open to learning where this can take you if you truly want to open up and learn some new skills and have fun doing it.
Hey, Trevor, before I open this up, is there anything that you'd like to say? I mean, like what it's like in the fitness world. There's a couple personal trainers I might send this recording to that are prep coaches, but even just your experience from playing basketball and other things maybe you had done and what this has done for your endurance, your strength, like your physique. There's definitely a basketball player on the phone, but just kind of what your experience is. And I know it's different than Aaron's, even though you guys work so closely together.
All right, did I mute myself?
We can hear you.
Oh, okay, all right, great. So as a trainer, I would say or someone that's looking to transform their body. We really look at macronutrients, meaning your protein, carbs, and fats. It's really over the past few years, that's been more important than calories, because as we know now, like every calorie isn't the same. So for when we're looking at macronutrients, you want to get in a certain gram of protein, carbs, and fats to be able to reach whatever goal it is, if it's weight loss, if it's muscle gain, if it's, maintaining whatever it is. So what I found with Isagenix for myself and for my clients is it makes it very easy to be able to meet those macronutrient scales for everyone so they can reach their goals more efficiently. So like when you're looking at like a piece of chicken and you're like, all right, how much does this weigh? I got to weigh it out. And how much did I eat of it? And, is it this? Is it that? See, with Isagenix, you're looking at a scoop. All right, it's 18 grams. It's 18 grams. You just know what it is and you're eating it and it's boom and it's done. So it's not only that you're meeting, your requirements for your macronutrients, but you're also, it's a lot more convenient and it's a lot more easy to track. So you can reach your goals a lot faster and more efficiently. And people say it to me all the time. They say, well, couldn't you do what you did with food? And I said, absolutely, but it's going to take me a lot longer. They said, well, was it all Isagenix? Was it this? And I say, listen, what Isagenix did was it made it a lot simpler for me to meet my needs for my body to transform it in a faster way. And obviously, when you start looking at quality, that's where you say, all right, is it a piece of chicken that's going to get me the protein digested and used and utilized in my body, or is it whey protein? I mean, if you do your science, anybody that knows is whey protein has a higher bioavailability than chicken. So like when you say 18 grams of whey protein, your body's actually going to get 80 to 90% of that, whereas a piece of chicken, you're getting 25 to 30%. So it's just little things like that. It just makes such a difference in the speed of, whatever it is that you're trying to transform, whether it's weight loss, weight go, endurance, recovery, whatever, muscle building. So that's a really big piece. And like Aaron said, you just got to put it in your body. You don't, just like anybody, any professional, you don't want to be referring anything that you're not doing or you haven't tried yourself. And that was a big thing for me is that, I wanted to make sure that what I was recommending for others to do, I wanted to make sure that I was a product of the product first, because I'm not going to recommend anybody do anything I haven't done myself.
Totally. What do you guys think, like, for so many people that talk about the cost, like there's a couple of trainers we're chatting with right now that are like, people are paying XYZ for a prep coach, XYZ for workouts, or XYZ that they're like, they're never gonna be able to afford this. And me personally, like, I don't have my practice anymore because this is what I do full time, but I had put together some packages, like some bundles where I was maybe discounting my hourly rate. They were on Isagenix. I knew I was getting paid that way, or I always felt people were going to pay this in supplements regardless, no matter if they went to GNC, Complete Nutrition. Like Isagenix just became what I was recommending. But what do you think? Like, because if someone's going to come into a trainer and say, hey, I'm paying you $1,200 or $1,500 for a 12-week transformation, and then we're trying to put them on, the President's Pack or whatever else, what do you do there?
I just go through, I use a questionnaire to find out what they're currently eating. That way, then I can say you can either go ahead and have, 6 eggs, or you can have two scoops of Isopro. What do you want to do? I mean, it's really just, I just give them options and give them more, that's what it's really about. It's just education, like Aaron said. It's just educating them on that they have options. You can go ahead and have your 6 eggs, your couple oatmeal, and, your 2 pieces of Ezekiel bread. You can have an Isolene Pro shake. it's up to you. You know, like, and then they're like, oh man, I don't want to do all that prep. I said, okay, great, then have the shake instead. You know, so it's just, you know, little things like that where if you're able to find out what they're currently doing and then say, hey, listen, here's some other options. Then they go, okay, because they're going to go shopping anyway. They're going to eat food anyways. They're going to get their supplement anyways, just like you said. So it's not really an additional cost on top of my services. It's a cost that they're already spending. So it's really about helping them realize that.
Totally.
And one thing that I would add too is just really helping them to understand if they want the best out of what they're paying for you to do for them, is going to be what they put in their body. So, you know, those 6 eggs and some Ezekiel bread, you know, most likely is not going to get you the recovery and the muscle building, which you need in that first half hour, because we know that your body's going to take some time to digest it. So, I mean, really, if you want the best out of my services, you know, how do you want to fuel the muscle that we just built, or the process that we just built? So again, just education and help them to understand the value, because people are going to buy. Listen, I know people that are dead broke, but they'll find a way to buy the Jordans that just came out on Saturday. You know what I mean? Or I know a woman that's dead broke that, you know, don't pay for their car note, but find a way to get a Michael Kors bag. So, I mean, people know value because that's what they want. And if they educated about it, and like Trevor said, you show them the comparison of what they're currently doing, you know, give them an option. Say, listen, you know, you can do this or you can do that. And most likely, you know, if they really are serious about their transformation or the goals that they're going, they're going to say, yeah, what do you recommend? And keep it simple.
Okay, I have one more, and then I'm going to open it up to see if any of these guys want to ask you anything. But what do you think the value of cleansing is for an athlete? Like, some people think that's just for weight loss. Like, that's just like, you know, in that line of our solutions. Like, what about why the athletes would cleanse, and how do you guys cleanse, like, in your regimens?
Go ahead, Trevor. Share with them. Yeah, go ahead.
So cleansing is really just helping your body to get a rest and a break. And as we know, as athletes, we need to recover, right? We need to have a break. We need to have sleep. We need to have those days off. So what you're doing is, when you're cleansing, you're not only helping your body to rest and from digestion, you're actually giving it the nutrients it needs to detoxify itself, to get all the crap out, so that when you do go back and you go back into the gym, your body is open to receiving all those nutrients, to be able to refuel and rebuild all those the muscles that you tore down. So that the cleansing piece is not just about weight loss. It can be, if that's what you want it to be. But it can. What I love about Isagenix is that you can use the products in whatever fashion that you want to be able to reach whatever goal it is that you're looking to achieve. I mean, I've lost, you know, 26 pounds, you know, using the same products that I put on 26 pounds of muscle with. The same products. I just use them in a different way. But it's the same product. So that's what I really love. And then secondly, for when you're fasting, you're giving your body that rest. And then as a male, I mean, your HGH levels just go through the roof after that first day. And then especially after that second day, it like doubles, triples of what it did in the first day. So when you go back into the gym, I mean, your HGH, your natural HGH is just, you know, producing at a whole nother level than it was beforehand. Because you're, like, again, you're giving your body a break from digestion, which when you're digesting so much, that's when you feel tired, and then you just, you know, you get that itis after you have that huge meal. You know, that digestion is a huge piece of energy that if you take that out, your body's able to do amazing things.
Yeah, and I would add to that, you know, the cleansing shouldn't be feared. It actually should be welcomed, because as athletes, or those who actually push their bodies in the gym, they're consuming more oxygen, therefore more toxins that are in our air. They're doing a lot of things that are, you know, more polluted, just because they're in different environments and gyms and all kind of things in terms. So you got to understand that, you know, allowing our body to have what it needs so that it can really, really gain the benefits from the performance that you're putting, you know, the exercise and the hard stress on their body. You got to make sure you have the right thing so it can absorb the nutrition on the back end. And it's so important, you know, but again, it's something that has to be educated, because people just look at a cleanse as, oh, well, I'm just losing weight. No, it's not that type of cleanse. We're talking cellular cleansing. We're talking about going into your cells and taking the bad stuff out and filling the cells up. Now you start talking about that, you know, you build muscle by tearing and building them back up in cells. You know, the nutrients that you need for your cells have to get in there, but they can't coincide with the toxins. So you have to remove and replenish, and that's what, good old John Anderson has been able to do. So it's part of the program, and I love cleansing. I absolutely love it, and it's something that I do on a regular basis because I know the importance of it. Just really, through educating myself and surrounding myself with people that know about it.
I love it. Well, you guys are awesome. I know that so many people in the future are going to benefit from all of your wisdom and expertise. Eric or Josh or Matt, if you guys have anything that you want to ask, either like how they build the business. I know in the past, guys in my team are like, how are you talking to people? Because if I talk to so-and-so, they think I'm hitting on them, or how that this program will work for you, what this looks like for you to be able to take advantage of this, why you should come to Dallas, because I know Jen's like lining up tickets to bring you guys to NYKO with us. Whatever it is, I mean, these guys are here, they're available, and they'll be honest, they're super frank and candid. So if there's anything you have to ask or are curious about, I would really encourage you to unmute and ask them at this time. I could have bet on crickets just for the record, but.
What do you want to?
Hey, Aaron and Trevor, just one quick question. Like, I'm just getting into it, like pretty hardcore. What is like your routine with like what you eat and when you take away, how much you take after a workout, what your breakfast looks like on a workout day, on a rest day? Like, do you do Isagenix Pro or just the Isopro? What does your daily intake look like?
Go ahead, Trevor. I'll let you take that.
Okay. So what times do you work out? First thing in the morning or in the evening?
Usually in the morning, like 9, 10 a.m.
Okay, what time do you wake up?
Right around, we'll say 7, whenever the kids jump on my head.
Okay. So it's 2-3 hours prior to. All right, so I'll give you, you can kind of tailor it to basically what you do. I work out in the morning, but I do it first thing in the morning. So my routine is first thing I wake up in the morning, I have a huge glass of water. I have my coffee made already, my iced coffee. I have I have a shot of Isagenix, a huge cup of water, a cup of coffee. So this is at 4:30 a.m. Okay. I'm at the gym starting my workout at 5:30 a.m. So at 4:30, this is, I got my Isagenix, my cup of water, cup of coffee. Then I have a Isagenix Pro shake. Well, it's actually 45 grams. So what I do is I bump it up with another half a scoop of Isopro pre-workout. So I'm in the muscle building phase right now. So I'm actually upped my protein. So I'm looking to get closer to like 225. I'm at like 188 right now. So
your muscles.
I put on 10 pounds in the past 5 weeks, and I still have a 6-pack. So it's what Isagenix does is just amazing. So I have that, and then I go have my pre-workout, which is a e-shot, and amped. So I have the e-shot when I get in the car. I have the amped as I'm sipping on that to the gym. Get in the gym, have my workout. Post-workout, I do the same shake. I have that 45 grams. I do Isagenix Pro with another half a scoop of Isopro for my post-workout. Then about 2 hours later, I have 6 eggs. And I do 2 regular eggs, 4 egg whites, and a cup of oatmeal. And about 2 hours later, 2.5 hours later, I have another one of those shakes, same shake with the 45 grams. And then for lunch, I'll have any type of lean meats. My veggies, I do either spinach, asparagus, peppers, cucumbers, or what's the other one? There's another one, but I can't think of it right now. But those are and then my starches, I either do sweet potatoes, red potatoes, quinoa, brown rice. So those are only starches that I eat for regular foods. And then after that, I have another meal, like with the family, whatever it is, like 5, 6 o'clock. And then I end my day usually around like now, 8:30, 9 o'clock. I have a shake, same shake before I go to bed. I have my Aegis Essentials pre and post as well, first thing in the morning, with product B. So that's in the Isoflush before I go to bed as well. So that's basically my routine every single day. It's a lot of food, but I do about 3 meals, 4 shakes, 2 to 3 meals, and then 4 shakes.
Wow. Thank you.
And for me, I'm more in kind of a maintenance. I'm already like 215 and, 8 to 10% body fat. So I don't want to get any bigger or any smaller. I'm just kind of, just maintaining year round. So I'll do my AM, PM packs as well. I'll start my morning off. I'll train, depends on my schedule. So I'll either train in the morning or I'll train in the afternoon or wherever it fits in. But I'm basically doing a shake in the morning. I'm doing my ionics. I love my e-shot to get me up. I got the kids off to school. And then around 10 o'clock or so, I'll have a snack. I enjoy having, either an ice lean bar or an Isopro shake. I'm always going, so I don't have a lot of time for food prep. So most of my day is Isagenix. So I'll do, a bar or Isopro shake at 10 o'clock. Around noon, I am gluten-free. So my food consumption is a lot different than most people that have a lot of flexibility. So it is a gift and a curse, because it does make me sick when I eat gluten, but it keeps me lean because my carbs, I can't eat flour. I can't eat, pastas and stuff that, those simple sugars. But so around 12, I'll have like a chicken salad. Balsamic vinaigrette. I don't do any creamy stuff because also dairy bothers me, but the shakes are amazing. They don't bother me, so it's cool. So then around 2 o'clock or so, I'll have another Isoline Pro shake, and then I'll put my greens in there. I love my Isogreens. My greens are great. They definitely give me a nice pump, a nice jolt of energy in the day. And then I'll go ahead and my pre-workout, if I do workout, it would be my E-Shot with my Amped. It used to be just the E-Shot, but now it is the Amped, and we mix it together, and it's amazing. So then around 4 o'clock, I'll go ahead and I start to limit my carbs at that point. So I'm really looking at, more vegetables. So around 4 o'clock, I'll actually have one more shake where it will be just Isopro, 2 scoops. So I do 2 scoops all the time. So I'll do 2 scoops of Isopro at 10 o'clock or a bar, and then I'll do another 2 scoops at 4 o'clock. And I'll either throw in there some Replenish or, Ionics, just to kind of flavor it up. I like the natural vanilla. And then in the afternoon, in the evening time, I cook, whatever my wife has for dinner, either chicken or beef, something like that. And right before bed, I'll do two more scoops of Isopro. So I'm doing a lot of protein, heavy protein. I do a lot of fats, so I'll do essential oils, my omegas to really bump up because I'm really low carb. So bump up my calories or keep my calories right. I do it with fats, avocado. We actually have something called liquid gold, which is kind of like a trifold of oil. Lauren, you know about that. So we do that with our shakes to kind of bump up the calorie take. And that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? So I'm basically like 4 or 5 shakes a day in 2 meals.
I totally was going to ask you to give a shout out to your oil since we're going to record it.
Boom.
Dude, it's the bomb. This is my second bottle.
There you go.
I had to go get it. Seriously.
So a little bit about that liquid gold. I mean, it really, really helps when you want to really boost your metabolism. But more importantly, when you're living on a low carb or you really want to build and you need to bump those calories up, the best way to do it is healthy fats. Lauren will be able to be the first one to tell you. And the cool thing about that oil, we actually developed it. A partner of ours developed it. Is it actually stays in that liquid form even though it has coconut oil in it. So it really has the highest quality of oil, and it adds right to any shake and makes it really, really, it boosts about 130 calories. So any of those that are looking to boost their calories is awesome. But it really helps with, overall health as well, just being healthy fats and omegas.
Awesome. Well, you guys are a wealth of knowledge. I used to try and take random pictures on here, and then I caught people and no one was looking cute. So real fast, everybody smile so that you're prepared for it when I tag us on Facebook, okay?
Let's do it.
Everyone was like, oh my God, I'm picking my nose and you put that photo up there or something. You guys are awesome. It takes a little bit to obviously save this and upload it to YouTube, but I'll make sure everybody gets it so that, from here on out, hopefully a lot of questions were answered. You guys are awesome. And I love both of your stories. I love your passion. Thank you for your time and just pouring into the guys on the phone tonight to just let them hear other people's stories on what the products can do for them, their future clients, what the opportunity does for them. I know Jen and Adam are super, super grateful. I love seeing all of you guys, and I can't wait to party in Dallas. So Merry Christmas. Thank you guys so much. Please let Jen and I know however we can help you. Hi, Elijah, in the future too. We want to return the favor. So bye, you guys. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye, guys.
Thanks.